Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Afternoon Tune. I'm your host, Josh, and with me is my co-host,
90s.
And our other co-host, Dust, couldn't be here. He's got something else going on. So it's just me and 90s right now. But, you know, we got a good boatload of topics we're going to talk about on today's show. For instance, we're going to talk about The Defenders, Season 1. I saw it, but 90s didn't, so it's going to be me basically just talking to him about it.
Hey, tell me how Iron Fist is.
And then we got Game of Thrones. We're going to talk about, also we got the Joker film, the origin film that's in development with DC. They're doing this weird thing where they're saying they're going to do another movie universe that's not connected to the DCEU, and it's like a whole kind of separate slate of films. So we're going to talk about that mess, along with Joker and the Harley Quinn film, which is something separate than the Joker origin film.
Yeah, it's getting weird, isn't it?
Yeah, you know, it's getting really weird. Punisher, going to talk about the teaser trailer for that.
Okay.
We got a couple of music reviews. Going to talk about Ugly God, his mixtape, the Booty Tape. Going to talk about that.
Ugly God, the Booty Tape. Yeah.
You know, tell you how that is. A AP Ferg, still striving.
Okay.
We're going to talk about that. And you're going to bring us some two quick, related news stories. What do you got for us?
Yes, I have the teens and tweens of our generation, or not even our generation per se, but the teens and tweens, they're jumping off ship for Facebook. They're instead going to Instagram and Snapchat. So that's going to be popular in a few years. And GameStop is being saved by the Nintendo Switch because people are going there to buy the Nintendo Switch and nothing else.
Okay. So we got a nice, I think well-rounded topics going on here today.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump right in it. The Defenders.
All right.
Talk about that, which is the culmination of all their shows that they've done with Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage, which all four of the heroes come together, which is something they planned out from the beginning, much like what the MCU did with their films of having Iron Man and Thor and Captain America and Hulk and all those films as lead-ups to when they finally joined up together in the Avengers. And I was a fan. I watched all the Marvel Netflix shows, except and I liked pretty much all of them except for Iron Fist because I thought that was really shitty. Did you see any of the Marvel Netflix shows or no?
I watched most of the episodes of Iron Fist. I saw Luke Cage all the way through, regrettingly, and I haven't seen Jessica Jones or Daredevil.
I think those are the two best.
Those are the two best, but only reason that I watched Luke Cage is because I heard that the other two were the best, and I'm like, okay, I missed those when they first came out.
Well, so it's just right on Netflix, right there. it's not like you can't go back.
I mean, it's more fun to jump on the bandwagon, I guess.
Okay, so when everybody was talking about Luke Cage at the time. So
exactly, I want to join in the conversation.
Okay, so those two are the best for me. Daredevil probably be number one. I really love Jessica Jones. If a lot of these series, if they had just been shorter, if they had just been cut by a few episodes, like they're all 13 episodes, and I think a lot of these stories don't really need 13 episodes. Like if Jessica Jones was 10 or 8, like their Defenders right here, this show's only 8 episodes, and if it was like that, I think that could have been much well deserved for the story, because it is a very interesting dynamic, her and Purple Man, and then I think that kind of gets a little tiring after a while, like her having him at one moment, then he escapes, then having him again, and then he escapes it again, and so that gets a little repetitive at certain times. Daredevil season 2 is really great.
Oh yeah,
that's probably maybe one of my favorite seasons they've done, except for the second half. Like the first half is really great. The second half trails off with Elektra, and then they bring in the Hand, and it the Hand being in that, and the Hand being the main villains of this is one of my disappointments in the show, actually.
Really?
Yeah. So with this one, them all finally coming together, facing the Hand, who's led by Sigourney Weaver's character Alexandria. So she's the leader of the Hand, basically, because each member of the Hand makes up literally like fingers, like the fingers, So I guess you would say she'd be the thumb.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happens with the thumb? It's like just 4 members and some midget.
Yeah, I mean, because the thumb is the most important part of your hand.
But it's not a finger.
Yeah, I guess technically, well, we still say 5 fingers, though, right?
Technically, okay, you got a point. Can't
Or
argue
high
that.
five. We still say high five.
Well, that's just saying 5 of something.
Right. Because you got 5 fingers.
I mean, it's not saying fingers though. It's 5 of something.
So what is it 5 of then?
I mean, it's 5 appendages. I'm just saying, like 5 doesn't specify.
Right.
We're getting too far into detail about this. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
okay, yeah. So yeah, I always people say it like technically a thumb isn't a finger technically.
Okay.
Yeah, but I guess it's still the most important part of the hand because without the thumb you can't do anything.
I'll give a thumbs up to that.
Yeah, and there's Madame Gao who people have seen before. She was in she was in Daredevil before. She was in Iron Fist.
Iron Fist, yeah. I was about to say Luke Cage.
Yeah, she was in that as well. They have the Japanese businessman, who I'm blanking on his name currently, but he only speaks Japanese throughout the whole show. Like that's all he speaks is just Japanese.
Okay.
And they have Bakudo, who was in Iron Fist, who's the main bad guy in Iron Fist. He was the one that was recruiting the teens.
Wait, what Pokemon do they have? What'd you say?
Bakudo. He was the one that was recruiting the little after school program of the hand with the teenagers in college and shit like that.
Hold on, let me check out my phone. I think I caught him on Pokemon Go.
He was that one. You saw him, right?
I don't remember.
He was the guy with the beard, and he had like gray in his hair.
Let's just assume yes.
Okay,
my memory is fake.
Yeah. Okay. So they make up all the fingers of the hand, and those are the main people they're going against.
Okay.
I would say they're really not that interesting.
Man.
Sigourney Weaver kind of just walks through the whole thing. I mean, people were really excited for her to be in this, but she kind of just walks through the whole thing kind of cold. Not really anything going on too much with her because they open up with something really good with her character. The fact that, and this is spoilers, by the way.
Okay.
Everything, we're going to talk about spoilers. We're going to dive real deep into this. So, for it, I mean, she is dying of cancer or some illness she is dying of. So that should give you, more of a sense of where she's at mentally, of how she is probably rushing to get this job done they want to get done. Because the big job they want to get done is they want to have Danny Rand's character, the Iron Fist, open this door that's blocking them for basically getting into Kunlun. Basically getting into there so they can have the substance, and that substance is the thing that makes them immortal.
Okay.
Because what you learn from this is they were all actually former members of former members of Kunlun who, harnessed the teachings of Kunlun for evil and then escaped from there.
Okay, that's getting weird, but all right.
Yeah.
I'm following.
Yeah, so, they harness the teachings of Kunlun and escape from there to do nefarious things. And they talk about that a lot. That's another thing. They talk about all the evil stuff they're doing. Like anything bad you can name, the hand is a part of it, like drug trafficking, sex trafficking, like all the bad stuff,
Wait. So you're telling me the reason it rained yesterday is because of the hand? Those bastards.
Oh yeah. Every bad shit, you stepped on gum on the sidewalk. They did that.
You fiends.
They the ones who, pirate old movies and put them on the internet. They do that. So all that bad shit, they do that. But you don't really ever get to see a whole lot of that. They just tell you all the bad things. They're this unstoppable people, and when they get together, like Stick, who's played by Scott Glenn, is like when they get together, it's awful. It's terrible. Like you can't imagine the horror that's gonna come. But when they get together, it's not anything really that big. It's like, okay, they get together, and you don't really get a sense of that. And with like Madame Gao character, there was, when you first saw her when she was in Daredevil, it was a mysterious nature to her character because you didn't really know, okay, who's this, older woman, and she's involved with the Kingpin, and where is she from, and all this other stuff, and so that element really worked to it. But in a show that you're finally with the hand and you're finally getting them all together, it's like we can elaborate more on who they are and what they do. Once
she loses that mystery, she loses everything interesting about her.
Pretty much, and that's really disappointing. And with, I talked about the villains. Let's get to the heroes real quick. A lot of things that people have been pointing out about the series is that how each character, has their own hue. It has their own color. Like Dusk, he talked about that when he was on, giving a review for it last week. He said that, Jessica Jones is purple. Luke Cage is yellow. Danny Rand is green, and then Daredevil, of course, is red,
Yeah.
right? And how when they're in like in a room or something like that, like how that color kind of follows them a little bit.
Does it switch up like when they're together?
And there's a scene where they're in a restaurant. You see in the trailer, like when they're in like a Chinese restaurant, and how like all their colors kind of mish a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Get like a rainbow effect or whatever.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay,
Which
nice.
is kind of cool. Like each character
Yeah.
brings like their own personal style and everything like that to the series if you've watched them. And like for instance, someone pointed this out. Like I was watching like an Easter egg video, and somebody pointed out the fact that like on the Chinese sign outside, there's like a sign of a dragon, and how the dragon has each color
Nice.
of the of the heroes. So that's also like a cool little touch that they did there to point out that stuff.
I just want to say that I'm starting to like that more. Like one TV show, Rick and Morty, I'm starting to like look into the lore behind that. And it's like I used to hate stuff like this. Game of Thrones as well. I used to hate stuff like this, but now that I see the showmanship, I guess I say, like the fact that they're willing to go the extra mile and like put little Easter eggs in there, I like that now.
Yeah, I mean that's really cool. Especially people who are that OCD who can point out all those little things. That this is this from this and this is that from that. So that's really cool. So with all of them coming together, like I was really excited for this. Maybe even more so than the Avengers. I was like, because I really like these Marvel shows.
Okay.
And then I watched Iron Fist, and that kind of held off my excitement for that. I was like, oh wow, these things can be really bad.
Yeah.
And then watching the second half of Luke Cage, which that kind of got off the rails too a little bit.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I was like, well, maybe this is not indicative of what is to come, because the showrunners behind this show, they did season 2 of Daredevil, which is a really great season. Like I said, I love the first half of this. The second half of it trails off too. But I was like, okay, that gives me a little bit more faith in it.
Okay.
One thing they do have that was great in Daredevil, they have great fight scenes in here.
Yeah.
Like the hallway fight scene that you see in the trailer, like how they all use their abilities. Like one person punches one person, you see Danny Rand jump off the wall and punch somebody. Like that's really cool. And the way that was shot, and they're following like all these different, because it's multiple people in the fight. It's not just one person.
Okay.
So the way the camera really follows everybody, and like one moment you're looking at Daredevil fight somebody, and then you're looking at Luke Cage fight somebody, and then Jessica Jones, like that's all really well done.
Did they do any one shots where it's like the camera is just on the whole time with no cuts?
Yeah, sometimes they would do that, because like Daredevil, it's easier to do that because he's wearing a mask most of the time, so it's easier to like put somebody in there in his place.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, like with a stuntman, like so do that. Which
That's a
they
cop-out.
should do that more with Iron. They should just give Iron Fist a mask, because
Yeah, you got a point, man.
yeah, because he wears a mask in the comics, so it's easier to swap out a stuntman. Like for instance, in the beginning, like the first episode in the beginning, they're in like this sewer type thing where they're chasing
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, actually, they do make an homage to Ninja Turtles, because they go into a sewer in a later episode too, like with the manhole cover and all that type of stuff.
Okay, nice.
Because everybody knows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was based off of Daredevil.
Yeah, and they're in New York, right?
Yeah, they're in New York, and the foot is a play off the hand.
Oh, I didn't think about that one. Good call. Like I didn't notice that.
Yeah, so that's it's like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, everybody knows it's based off Daredevil and all that type of stuff. So with with the, what was I saying, the stuntman.
Oh yes.
Right. With the stuntman, like just put a mask on Iron Fist, because you're right, it'd be easier just to swap him out. With that.
Now you're saying they went into the sewers. Why again?
Oh yeah, right. Shit, thanks.
Oh,
So they went to the sewers because they were chasing a lead they had, because they're him and Colleen Wing are trying to chase around the hand, and figure out who's responsible for killing all the people Kunlun.
Okay.
Because Iron Fist, he basically failed Kunlun and didn't protect it, and pretty much let it be destroyed pretty much.
Okay.
So that's so he's trying to chase down the hand and destroy them with Colleen Wing. And he's chasing down the lead, and then unbeknownst to him, it's Elektra, who's the person that's trying to kill a person that he's chasing after. So all of it is shot in darkness. So it's easy to swap out a stuntman because of that, and it makes sense because it's in the sewer, so there wouldn't obviously be a lot of light coming through. So yeah, that's easy. So that looked a little bit better, because they probably did swap him out.
Okay, good.
And so that's why I say, because it's a lot better here. Like Iron Fist works a lot better in the fight scenes because he's probably had more time to train and prepare to do those fight scenes. Because not everybody can be a big kung fu master, you know what I mean, in a matter of time, a matter of like some months. Maybe they need more training. Like Keanu Reeves, when he did John Wick.
Oh man.
Yeah, like he prepared months for that role.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah, like in the same thing he did with The Matrix. Like that takes some time to do that. And then, and a lot of issues with Iron Fist was that it was really rushed because it was like, well, we got to do this because it's got to lead into the Defenders. And if you don't like Danny Rand Iron Fist, he's in it prominently because, because his whole thing with the hand, that was a big thing in the show.
Yeah.
And, of course, they're the villains here. So they have to talk about him and they have to, he's the major point here bringing that up. And he's still terrible.
I want to see somebody just, his name is the Iron Fist, and I want to just see somebody make a YouTube video where they're just making their fists glow and they just punch the fucking TV screen when they see his face.
Oh, that would be great. That would be a great YouTube video.
I might do it myself. I don't care about my TV. I'll break it.
Yeah, because, he's still really annoying. And I think it's mainly the actor more than anything because, the writing is really not all that stellar for him either. In this, actually, they really shit on him a lot. Okay. I think in response to a lot of people shitting on him from the show, which is kind of good. Like there's the whole scene with him and Luke Cage.
But they kind of break the fourth wall with that. And it's like, oh yeah, we know what you guys think, so we're just going to extend it. But no, just make them better. Yeah. That's the part that pisses me off a little bit. It's like, it's funny and all. Like, yeah, look at the guy that sucks. But no, just make them better.
Yeah. And like there's a scene where Luke Cage like sits, like they're talking, him and Iron Fist. And he's talking to him about like white privilege and all that type of stuff like that. And that's a really kind of funny scene. Even though it's a little contradictory because he's saying like you can't go around beating up people. It's like, well, he does kind of the same thing. Yeah. So that's like Superman and Batman v Superman telling Batman you can't go around, that light in the sky. Yeah, cut that off. You can't do that no more. It's like, well, you do the same thing. So I don't know why I can't do that.
The double standard, man. It's weird.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, that's a little contradictory there. But that's still a really nice scene though. When they finally meet up and they finally get together. But I will say the times I did like Iron Fist though is when he's with Luke Cage. Those are the times I do actually really like him. So it's like they at least work well together. And I'm like, well, that gives me some hope for like when they do Heroes of Hire.
Thank you. I was trying to figure out the name for it.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, okay, they got some good chemistry going on, which is what I really want. Which actually makes me think like, okay, because should they do a second season of Luke Cage? I think they are.
Please don't.
No, honestly. Yeah, I think they are going to do a second season.
No,
it depends on whether or not they're going to do a second season of Iron Fist or whether like I'd rather just them do. Let's say they do kind of like a second season Luke Cage. Bring Iron Fist on there just for a little bit, just see how it kind of like just like how Luke Cage was in Jessica Jones. Do that same thing with Iron Fist and Luke Cage. See how that kind of works out.
Okay.
Then if you get a lot of good fan response from that, then that's when you decide, okay, hey, let's go, let's do.
I say just jump the gun, just go straight to it.
Just straight to Heroes for Hire.
Yeah, just go ahead because do you want a season 2 of Luke Cage?
There's still some storylines because he still got Mariah. She's still active.
Okay. And
Shades, he's still active, and them working together. So, I guess he could still do that with Iron Fist too. Now that because at the end of this, the hand is. I would imagine because a lot of them die in it.
Okay.
So I would imagine like the hand is kind of gonna go off and kind of slink away for a little bit, and not be the main focus anymore. So without the hand, it's like. Iron Fist doesn't really have much to do other than to go around and just beat people up.
Yeah, that's why I say like let them be together because personally I don't want a season 2 of either one of them. And if you give one a season 2 and not the other, then it's like, okay, well Jessica Jones is getting season 2 and Daredevil already has his. It's like why won't Iron Fist have a second season 2? I don't want either one of them.
Because everybody knows that show isn't that good. And that's like saying why isn't there a sequel to like a terrible movie or something like that?
No,
like,
but
everybody knows.
It's a series of superheroes, and it's like, okay, well, out of us 4, you're the only one that didn't get a sequel. So just put them together. That way, I feel like it's fair, and it's like personally, like I feel like you can deal with both of their stories. Like I don't think that either one of them needs a season 2 to get everything out the way. Just put them together. They can get their own stuff out of the way, and it'll make it more interesting. Like the fact that you'll have both of them is like, okay, well, if one was like a 6 out of 10 and the other one was like a 5 out of 10, you put them together, it's going to be at least a 7.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I mean, Mike Coulter's got a lot of great charisma. He's just likable. You know, him as Luke Cage is just because and a good thing about the show also too, you see where a lot of the characters are after their seasons. Like Luke Cage, when he's his first scene, he's coming out of prison, and everybody's clapping for him and happy for him because he's the hero of Harlem.
Yeah,
and he's the pretty much big man on campus. Like everybody likes him, everybody knows him.
But he just was out of jail. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, you know what I mean. But so, so he's got a lot of that going on behind him. With Jessica Jones, she's still an alcoholic. She's still a fuck up. She's still drunk.
The anti-hero, whatever.
Yeah, she's still pretty much drunk most of the time. Which actually, she is. If I had to say one of my favorites through the series, I think it's her.
Okay.
I think she's a standout. I think her line delivery is perfect. I mean, she's got a lot of great one-liners in here. Like there's a scene where Daredevil grabs her, and she says, "Grab me like that one more time. I'll punch you so hard you can see." There's
punch me.
I mean, she might actually kill him. I mean, because she does have superpowers. Daredevil.
You'll see a bright light.
Yeah, so she has a line like that. There's one scene where they're on the train going to like their big battle, which is really cool because it's like you see all these, because it's supposed to be more small and more grounded because they're, like grounded superheroes. They're not the big ones. They're not.
They can't fly.
Thors or So they take the train to go to their big fight or whatever.
Oh, this is great.
And she steals a beer from a homeless guy.
What the fuck? What?
Yeah, she just takes it right off him while he's sleeping and just starts drinking it. Yeah.
No Batmobile. No. You're on the L at fucking midnight stealing wine from a homeless guy. What type of shit?
Yeah. I mean that's the type of low budget shit this is,
Yeah.
And I mean, that speaks to, the character of the show. Some of it is a little samey, like they fight kind of the same kind of ninja type people, and they dispatch them, they punch them around, and for people like it's a little bit fun to watch, like Daredevil fight because he's a martial artist, and so it's kind of fun to watch him kind of do his kicks and his punches and all type of stuff. Same thing with like Iron Fist, who, like I said, is much better prepared in this show. I think they do much better fight choreography with him in it, and just overall, I think some really great fight choreography. So, I mean, I think the show is good, but not great. I think it's decent. I think it's better than Iron Fist. I think it's probably better than Luke Cage, I would say. Do I think it's better than Jessica Jones or any season of Daredevil? I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, I can assume.
No, I don't think it's better than any other season of like any of those 2 seasons or 3 seasons. I'm sorry, Daredevil and then because Daredevil had 2 seasons and Jessica Jones had 1. I don't think it's better than either one of those seasons, but I still think it's a solid show.
Okay.
I think it felt I think a little rushed, a little bit, and I was watching something. I was watching Movie Bob. Do you know Movie Bob?
Not at all.
Okay, so Movie Bob, he's on the Geek Channel, which is a YouTube channel. And he was talking, like, the whole title of the video is Why the Defenders Didn't Work. And he was saying how a large portion of why it didn't work was because one issue with Netflix is that because it releases all its seasons all at once, they can't get immediate fan reaction. You know what I mean? Like,
that's
like
what
if it was released weekly, you could get fan reaction going like, well, we really like this, but we don't really like that. And you could kind of course correct a little bit more and change it. Like let's say in Luke Cage, where everybody was really like Cottonmouth, and they could have saw that and kind of like, oh well, maybe we shouldn't kill off Cottonmouth. Maybe we should keep him around, and then like maybe find some other way to dispose of him.
They couldn't do it for the first season. That would be like a per season thing.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like if they instead of releasing all the season at once, they did it like they released just one episode weekly.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like you say it as if that when people on with cable television, that they can change anything in their first season. They can change anything in the second season, but it's like they do episode by episode, but it's already been filmed.
Well, in some cases, they can do that. Because, like, for instance, like, let's say somebody watches Game of Thrones, right? Like, Bronn is a big fan favorite character there.
Okay.
And people's response to Bronn allowed him to get a bigger role in the show and to...
I mean, the next season over.
Next season. But even in the same season, right?
No. From my understanding, like, when we watch the first episode of any season, everything's already done in that season. Like,
not in all cases. Because, like, CW shows, they film... Like, sometimes a couple of weeks within each other, and they can, like...
When it's more than, what was it, like, 10 episosts, I guess? Like,
because they shoot 22 episodes. Like, something like CW, they shoot 22 episodes.
For that much, it's like, it might as well be a second season once you get past episodes 12 or 13.
Right. So they can kind of change certain things and phase certain people out that's not working and go, like, okay, we can do that.
Okay, that much I agree with you on.
Yeah, so, like, in similar situations like that, they can go, like, okay, well, this isn't working, so let's kind of change this a little bit. So that would maybe work for the show's benefit a little bit. And also shorten it. Like I said, like 8 episodes of this felt fine. I think I could have gone for maybe 2 more to, like, maybe expand a little bit more, talk about the hand a little bit more and what the whole big goal was. And, like, well, I knew the goal, but just to be a little bit clearer on certain things.
Okay.
Like, what is the black sky supposed to be? Because that's what Elektra got brought back to life. She's the black sky. But, like, they didn't really explain, like, what that really truly meant. I don't think, like, they didn't ever, because is she, like, supposed to be, like, this ultimate weapon for them? Because she was doing a lot of, kicking really everybody's ass, really. She was, going through. And also Elodie Young, who I didn't really like his Elektra, and when she was in Daredevil. Elodie Young, she was in G.I. Joe 2. I don't know if you ever saw it.
No, I'm just saying, you didn't like her as Elektra?
No, I didn't.
Oh, man.
I don't think she's that strong of an actress. And in this, it kind of works to her benefit that she's not that good of an actress. She doesn't have to do a lot of emoting at first because she's kind of this shell of a person, so she doesn't have to do a lot of emoting, so it kind of works.
Cold-blooded assassin.
Yeah, so that kind of works for her benefit. And then there's a change up in the show, like how they did, with Cottonmouth and Luke Cage, where she kills Sigourney Weaver's character. So she becomes like the real big bad of the whole series, where she takes over as the leader of the Hand.
Okay.
And I mean, that was unexpected, I guess. That was unexpected, but I was like, okay, well, I was like, I didn't really like Sigourney Weaver really either. Like, she wasn't that interesting of a person. She wasn't like a Cottonmouth, and then you replace her with Elodie Young, who's like, well, she's really not that great either. So I was like, okay, and all of a sudden she just gets her memory back like that, and she remembers, everything she remembers, Matt. There's some little semblance that you may think she's still in there. Like when she goes to pick her weapons, she uses, she looks at her side blades, which is like a famous iconic weapon for Elektra.
Okay.
Instead, she picks up another set of weapons. So yeah, I'd still say tune into it. I think it's still a solid series. I think it's still really good. Somebody asked the question, like, do you have to watch all the other previous series to watch this one?
I was about to ask that.
It's hard for me to say because I have watched a lot of them, so I know the context. Like, they do make references back to previous seasons of their shows. So like Luke Cage, for instance, his relationship with Jessica Jones when he was in her show, and his own show, and Daredevil when he was, like, because the big plot ends around the big hole in the ground, and they have to go, like, that was in Daredevil season 2, like him and Elektra find the big hole in the ground.
I don't even know anything about that, man.
Right. So yeah, so they do reference other things back to their own series. Iron Fist, I can say you can really skip. Like, I don't think I don't think you have to really watch Iron Fist, really. Because I think you can get what you need to know about the Hand from just watching Daredevil, really.
Okay. So Mitch and match.
You said mix and match?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Mix and match. Yeah, just watch a few of each. Watch a few of every other season, pretty much.
Yeah, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Daredevil, both the seasons of that. I say it's good. It's solid enough. Yeah, I think I talked about everything on the show that was really good about it. Yeah. Daredevil's also really good.
Oh yeah.
He's also pretty good. And the side characters they from each show pretty much comes back. Like Foggy, he comes back, and
Oh yeah, Foggy.
Karen Page comes back. They are nice in the show. Malcolm from Jessica Jones, he comes back, and so yeah, Trish, so all the other side characters from all the other shows they come back and pretty much do it. There's not a lot of side characters from Luke Cage's show though. I mean, he just has Claire. That's about it.
The guy in the barbershop, I can't remember
Yeah,
his name.
Chess. I think his name. No, it was Bobby, right? Because his Bobby Fisher, right? Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I think he had the name of like a famous chess player or something like that.
I was thinking about that, but
yeah, but the guy who played chess or something like that, him a lot. Yeah, he's not in it. Well, I was like, oh, yeah. When I was thinking about it, I was like, yeah, not a lot of Luke Cage side characters are in this.
he never went back to the barbershop, did he?
I think he was the one cleaning it up, right?
Luke Cage. He never went back to the barbershop, did he?
No, he didn't. No.
Okay.
No, he didn't. Not in the show. No, he didn't. He drove. You saw him look at it as he's going past it, but no, he never went back in it.
Okay. Moving on.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, a lot of the side characters they come back, and I think they do a solid job. I like a lot of the other side characters from the show. There's actually a really funny scene in the show where, like, they're all sitting around listening to the police radio because they're all out there, trying to save New York, and they're just kind of just waiting for them all to come back. They're just sitting there in the police station, just kind of just waiting and waiting. Actually, I forgot about Misty Knight. She's a side character.
Oh yeah, man, of course.
Yeah, she's a side character from this, so she comes back. And she actually loses her arm, which is
The fuck?
because that's a big thing in the comics. Her losing her arm.
Why?
Because she gets a bionic arm.
I guess. Is it for medical use?
No, because she fights crime with her and Colleen Wing. Like, they join up together.
She's the night nurse, right?
Colleen Wing? No,
Misty Knight.
No, the Misty Knight is the detective.
Who's the night nurse?
It's Claire. She's the night. Well, she's taking the place of the night nurse. I mean, the night nurse has had multiple people in the comics.
Yeah.
Like, different people have taken up that mantle. But like the character Rachel McAdams played in Doctor Strange, her character name is technically the night nurse. That's her character name.
Just go on, man. I got nothing.
Okay, well, yeah. So she's technically like Rachel McAdams, but Claire, Rosario, she's taking the place of that character basically. And a lot of people were expecting Claire to die, like her to be the Phil Coulson, where she, kind of is her death is the thing that brings the team together. I mean, I'm glad she didn't die, but I was kind of thinking that too, like her death was going to be the thing that brought them on, because she's the connecting link between all these shows. She's the Phil Coulson between everybody. So I'm glad she stuck around. I love me some Rosario Dawson. She's absolutely great, and she elevates every show she's in. Even Luke Cage, when she was in that, she kind of helped that show out a little bit, like having her in there. Yeah. And then I was like, well, that helps. I mean, having like a real professional actor who knows how to elevate bad material, like that helps a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, I mean, I was really satisfied with the show. Like I said, solid, not great. What I was hoping for.
Okay.
When I saw Jessica Jones, when I saw Daredevil.
More good than bad.
Yeah. But I think, it's definitely more good than bad. And at the end of the Daredevil, we saw the teaser for Punisher.
All right.
Did you see the teaser for Punisher at all?
Let's just say I did. I've seen it a while ago.
I mean, it's really not much. I mean, it's just that's him smashing the hammer into the ground and carving in the Punisher symbol. And then you see him shoot some people, and like you see, like they're obviously going to do flashbacks in the series to when he was in Afghanistan and when he was in the war and when he's with his family. And you see it.
Just to ask, this is the same one from Comic-Con, right?
Yeah, John Bernthal. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So he was also in Daredevil too. He was in Daredevil, which he was a part of the Daredevil season 2, which was really great. Like he was really great in it.
I heard about it.
He was really excellent in it. So yeah, I mean, I really can't wait for that. I think that's really going to be a great series. I mean, in the movies, they haven't really gotten it right. They've just done basic, simple revenge stuff.
Revenga.
Yeah, which has been kind of boring, like the Thomas Jane one, and then they did.
I mean, that's his whole gimmick, right?
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's you can. I think a TV show works better because you're able to get more into the complexity of it, not just some
Yeah.
basic shoot 'em up action film, which is nice.
Hmm.
So yeah, I am looking forward to it. I think John Bernthal is really good. I think he fits perfectly for that role. Um, so I mean, hopefully we get a bigger trailer soon.
Oh
That
yeah.
like 2 minutes, something like that. Because this was only like a minute and like 20 something seconds, so this was really short. Hopefully get like 2 minutes and something. And Karen Page, I believe her from Daredevil. She's gonna be in this show as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which is really cool. Um, um, Also Microchip, who's like his assistant in the comics as well. Like he's this big computer genius hacker person. He's also gonna be in it as well.
Guess it makes sense. I didn't know about that, but makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. So he's gonna be in it as well. Um, so I hope they can kind of rebound, from like just kind of with the ninjas and all that other shit, the undead ninjas and all that type stuff. Let's just kind of keep it grounded. Kind of more realistic, like gritty, like what the Marvel Netflix stuff kind of was trying to build on. So that'd be nice.
Sounds good to me.
And I actually forgot about another member of the Hand who there's like a African dude I forgot his name, but he's like an African guy. He's the first one to die, of course. So they kill him off.
The Pinky.
But he was good. Actually, Bakuda I'd say is the Pinky
Okay.
because he's terrible. Like I think he sucks. Damn, everybody in Iron Fist sucks except for Colleen Wing. I like Colleen Wing. She's good. And actually, when she's with Misty Knight, they actually get some good chemistry. So I'd say Bakuda's the Pinky. Sigourney Weaver is Alexandra. She's the Thumb. Madame God says the index finger.
At this point, I don't even know and I don't even care. I'm just raising my fist like.
Who would be, so I think the Japanese guy, he'd be the middle finger probably. Yeah, because like what's the third most important
like,
finger?
Fuck your language.
Like the thumb, like what's the third most important finger, you think? After the thumb and index finger.
Wait, hold on. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. So the pinky.
The pinky's the third most important?
Yes, man. It's always 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink, man. You don't know that?
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so, whatever nasty shit you talking about, But yeah, like I said, it's a solid series, pretty good. And let's move on to talking about something that was really great. We're talking about Game of Thrones.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, everybody's watching. Everybody just is in love with the show, including me. Like, what did you think about last night's episode?
Oh, man.
Yeah, last week's episode, yeah.
Man, I'm rock hard. I'm rock hard right now. This is not gay at all. I'm just thinking about Game of Thrones, man. Oh, God, that episode. It left me speechless. It left me like I went to the episode and I'm like, yeah. That happened.
Yeah, so in the memes have been really great about it too. Like what they've done, like tons of memes about the Suicide Squad, where they photoshopped all the faces of the people that went beyond the wall, like Jon Snow and everybody, and they put it on the faces of the Suicide Squad poster.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that was really cool. Like, so they've done some really great memes of that.
What are we, some type of Suicide Squad?
Yeah, and they've done tons of memes now because again, this is spoilers for Game of Thrones as well. So they've done tons of memes with the Night King throwing the ice spear at the dragon. They've made him like Olympic gold medalist. They say javelin thrower.
You damn right.
Winter Games and all that type shit. So that was,
I can't wait to see. I'm gonna Google search this when I get back home. I can't wait to see somebody do the Overwatch meme on it all, like play of the game.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be just great. Like I saw one where it was the Night King and he was on the cover of Madden 18. Like yeah, that one was really great. Like I've seen a lot of really great memes on type of shit like that. It's been pretty creative. The only issue I had with the episode is just like time, personally, because they send Gendry, they tell him to run back to the wall and to send a raven to get to Daenerys so she can come and rescue them. And they're on just this little island of ice and everything else is kind of just water around them, and they're just kind of waiting for her to come to save them. So it's like, how long did it take for him to run there? And you would have to imagine they'd been on that little rock for like days.
Really?
Yeah, because like he has to run there, the Raven has to fly there, then she has to get the message, decide what to do. So I guess like let's say if she decides real quick, like okay, maybe in an hour or so, maybe okay, I'm gonna go do it. Then she flies there. Like that has to take like what? Like how much time?
Dude, time does not exist in this universe. I'm convinced that it's like, oh, all of this from season 1 to season 7, it's like, oh, it's been like a year.
Is that how long they say it's supposed to be? A year?
How long does winter take to come?
Well, it's been a long. I think a longer time than that. Like a whole season 1 through 7 can't be a year.
Dude, that until somebody proves otherwise to me, like I haven't seen any evidence for or against it, but just winter. Like how long does winter take to get here? Like what type of universe are we in? Is this a real world where we're trying to say dragons exist and all this stuff exists?
Well,
or is this like a whole nother universe? We just have different timelines.
Well, I was on Facebook and somebody was making a point of how like we're trying to add all these realistic things to a show about zombies and dragons, but
yeah,
but the thing is like okay, when you set up this thing of like because in Game of Thrones like before season 1, it would take forever for certain people to know certain things and for certain information to be distributed here and there.
Yeah.
So in this, it seems like it just happens when they want it to happen. Like, and I get it's only one more season left. So
it's for the plot, like
pretty much a lot of fast travel, a lot of quick stuff happening, and I get because there's only one more season left.
Okay, yeah.
That they're doing
rushing.
And like not tomorrow, but Sunday, they're doing the final episode of season 7, and then
oh yes.
So that's gonna be really great, and they didn't leak it this time, so I couldn't watch the shit because I couldn't help myself. I watched the leak. I couldn't help myself.
I mean, for what it's worth, I watched the leak when it came out on TV.
Yeah, so
like as odd as that sounds.
Yeah, so I couldn't help myself with that. I just needed to watch it. So
it's an HD leak, man. I was happy. Shit.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can get great quality, why not watch it?
Exactly.
And it doesn't hurt Game of Thrones because they still get millions, or they still top the ratings each time, so it doesn't really matter.
Whenever I watch things online, I just try to tune to the channel and just like, okay, I don't feel like watching it on TV. I just want to watch it on my phone or something.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like I don't have the HBO Go app. I'm like, just turn to the channel, do it my own way.
Yeah, I mean, for a lot of people do that nowadays. I think. So, like I said, I mean that element, and a lot of people complain about the last minute saves of how that feels kind of very Hollywood-ish. And
okay, so what was that's his uncle, I think, right, or something like that.
The uncle who saved him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Benjen. Yeah.
Yeah. What was he doing before?
He was just kind of out beyond the wall because he can't go beyond the wall. He can't go back into like Night's Watch or anything like that because he's part white. So when you're dead like that, you can't.
Oh yeah.
It's enchanted, so you can't go beyond the wall.
So, dude, that was fucking awesome, and I'm kind of mad because I feel like he's dead now. Like, I don't think he's coming back.
Yeah, he might be. Yeah, which is, I mean, it was such a quick thing that happened because it was like, oh, Benjen, hey, what's going on? Because
so
John,
where the fuck have you been? Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, because John thought he was dead for so long, and then that time he got tricked into thinking he was alive. Remember?
No, I don't.
You remember that time? I think it was the last episode of season. It wasn't the last episode. It was one of the episodes in season 6 where all the people in Night's Watch, they tell him, oh, hey man, Benjen's here. He's at the door right here for you. And he runs to the door and he doesn't see him, and they all just stab him, they all just shank his ass. You remember that?
Yeah, that's how they got him. I forgot.
Yeah, so this time, he actually sees them and everything.
He's like, my uncle's here. It's just what the fuck?
And just fucking stabs him out of nowhere. Yeah. So
it's the worst birthday ever.
So that was cool to see him, but it was such a quick moment and everything like that. So yeah, he presumably is dead.
Yeah, it just to have an episode like that and to just throw that curveball, like, who the fuck is this guy? Where the hell has he been? Like, he just came here and saved Jon Snow for the biggest cop out, and I'm happy for it.
Yeah. I mean, some people think that Bran may have contacted Benjen because he's able to, do his three-eyed raven thing, and some people may think that he contacted that John was. But how did he know John? Well, he could have used maybe one of his ravens or something because he can warg into other animals and do that, I guess.
I like that theory because I figured that he had some part. I thought he was going to do something midway through the episode, so that theory kind of proves that.
Yeah, because Bran wasn't in this episode at all. Yeah, it was just mostly. I mean, you saw a little Winterfell stuff with Arya and Sansa, which I'll get into a little bit later.
Okay.
But yeah, you see the Night King when Daenerys shows up. And first of all, also, we talk about some of the complaints we had with like the last minute saves, the Hollywood thing. Why did she bring all three of her dragons? Because
I was wondering that.
She never brings all three of her dragons.
I was really wondering that, man.
So she has one go-to dragon, which is Drogon. That's her one because he's the biggest. And so it's like, why did she bring all three? Like, that seemed unnecessary.
Is this the first time she's done that, or does she usually bring? I haven't.
She
even
usually
thought
just bring
that.
like when she went into battle. Like remember that? Like
two episodes ago.
Yeah, she just used Drogon. Like that would have been called for maybe to three, but I mean maybe not because a dragon is still a dragon. Like why you need all three?
Okay, so here's my theory on that. I think that in the book we would understand that more for like her and Jon Snow's relationship because apparently like they're fucking lovey-dovey and all that shit. Now I was like, okay, well.
Right.
You guys didn't really have much time to build. It's like,
well, you don't know how long. Again, time. You don't know how long he was on there.
Man,
and Dragonstone, like
man, fuck that. I don't want somebody to build a love relationship behind the scenes. Like, no,
they did that in Korra.
In what?
Legend of Korra. They did that in Korra.
Man, don't get me started on that because I talked about that and people try to say, oh well, if you look here and here and here, it's like different hints and all that. But no, it's I compared that to something else which I can't remember at the moment, but. Don't worry about that one. That's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. So I mean, you were finishing like a point you said with like.
Oh, so I think she brought all three dragons because she cared for him and believed in him and all that. Like, it's part of the love interest. It's part of like the kingdom that she needs to build with him and all that. She knows that she needs like she's losing people, right? Like she lost like the ships.
She lost Highgarden and she lost Dorne. But she still has the Unsullied and she still has the Dothraki. So and then even when Jaime was talking to Cersei about the ways like, yeah, we're gonna lose this war. She's got dragons. She's got the Dothraki army. That's just some of the best fighters he's ever seen. He said he's like, yeah, there's really not a chance we're gonna win this fucking war.
So she doesn't need him. Then she wants him. And is that big enough to bring all three dragons? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean. Yes, I didn't understand why she did that at all. I was like, just for I guess one for them to get killed, just story reasons. Like, well, we need one dragon to get killed and for him to turn into a white as well, and that's really cool. Like to see that white dragon go against Drogon or something like that. Like that's gonna be really fun.
Ooh, yes, and they might not even fight it because that's their brother basically.
Nah, they still gonna because Ice Breath and like they still gonna fight that. Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah,
I thought they might hesitate. They're ruthless.
Yeah.
No, they felt sympathetic. Like when they saw like my brother,
right?
Whatever the fuck type of.
Oh, that's yeah. They did yell out and stuff like that, but yeah, they still I think still gonna go at him. I think because they know he's dead and stuff like that.
Okay, I hope so. Well, I don't know. I want to see a little bit of both actually.
Yeah, or maybe one hesitates.
Yeah,
kill the other little one.
If it's heading up to the last season, so might as well just one dragon to rule them all.
Yeah, a lot of people want Jon to ride the dragon because he's part Targaryen, and the other dragon is Rhaegar, who's named after Rhaegar, his father.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people want him to ride that one.
So in that case, I don't know, man. Like if that happens, I don't want any dragon to die.
Yeah, because a lot of people speculating like there were three dragons because there were three Targaryens. So a lot of people said it was Jon, it was Dany, and then there was maybe Tyrion, and that's why there were three.
Tyrion?
Well, because there's a theory that Tyrion isn't related to Tywin. Like he's not the son of Tywin Lannister because when Tywin Lannister was the hand of the king, who was the Mad King had sex with his wife to put him like in his place or something because he was kind of being too bold or something. So he had sex with his wife, and then I think out of sex with his wife, that's what made Tyrion, and that's why Tywin's always hated Tyrion.
Yeah,
it's because
he's always said you're not my son, so it's like he be right at that point.
Yeah, because he's not. That's not his kid, And so, but that's like a theory that's never been like proven or anything. It's just like a theory.
Did they have the show Maury back then?
Maury's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, not back then though.
Oh,
Nah.
okay.
Maury is an old motherfucker, but he ain't that
Yeah.
old. I think Jerry Springer's older than Maury, I think.
So did they have Jerry Springer back then?
I think they missed the cut. I think he's a little bit after. I think he was,
Okay.
a little bit after.
And he was like right after the last dragon died, I guess. Is when he was born.
Yeah, pretty much. So, yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this, like, final episode, like, when Cersei sits down with everybody. And also, I said I was going to bring up the Arya thing, where they're in Winterfell. That scene didn't make any sense to me.
Why
I was
not?
like, when Arya was threatening Sansa, I was like, that really didn't make any sense to me. I was like, what is she really threatening her for?
For being her, I guess. Like, I want to be a knight. You want to be a queen. You want to be in this fancy little dress, and you want to do these things and all that. Like, she, as a person that has a sister that's very contrasting of the person I am, I can see how that conversation would go about, especially in a war-torn world.
Yeah, because, I mean, they do love each other, but they never liked each other. Like, you even saw that, early on. Like, they're just two completely different people.
Yeah, they have two completely different ideologies, and it's like, oh, wait, your ideology can turn this whole nation apart. So that's why this conversation is coming about.
Yeah, because Arya just really wants to kill people. Like,
what is her goal? You got a point.
She just really wants to kill people. Like she wants to kill Cersei. She wants to kill, like, everybody that's on her list.
Yeah, you got a point. That's been her thing since season 1, right?
A little bit after. Like, she's wrote this list down, all the people that she's gonna kill.
Yeah, when she was traveling with the Hound, she had the Hound on her list.
Yeah, and there was one time she tried to kill him too. She had a rock over his head, and he said, either gonna do it or you're not gonna do it. Or let me get back to fuck to sleep or something. He said, yeah, something like that. Like, either you're gonna do it or not do it, but let me fucking sleep or something like that. Yeah. So, yeah, I didn't really understand the whole point of that scene, really. So I hope it's not gonna be a thing where they turn on each other and one's gonna kill each other. I hope Sansa's playing some type of game on Littlefinger that she's gonna turn it around, because I don't want her to just be played by Littlefinger again and be the puppet. I hope she takes the lessons that she's learned from people like Cersei, people like Littlefinger, and flip that back on them.
If one of them dies, it's gonna be Arya.
That'd be I don't know, that'd be really
that'll be something that a lot of people wouldn't see coming. It would be more emotionally impactful. It's like, not Arya, she was a badass.
But who you think is gonna kill him, Littlefinger?
I want to say Sansa, but no, it's not gonna be her. It's gonna be like a third party member a third party source.
Someone Littlefinger hires.
It could be Littlefinger himself. Like, Littlefinger never gets his hands dirty, so
yeah, it's gonna be.
If he does that, that'll be like a shocker right there alone.
Yeah, it's gonna be somebody he hires, probably.
Yeah. She might get jumped.
Maybe. Yeah. Maybe. So you think she's dying in the final episode or 8th season?
8th season. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, it's too much going on.
You think anybody will die in the 8th season? I mean, in the final episode of this season?
Another dragon? Oh man, it's so much stuff that could happen. Like, the ice dragon is gonna pop up. I hope. I really hope so, because that would be a great finale in my opinion. So let's run through like what all happened here. They went to go get this White Walker. They dragged him along. One thing that I got pissed off. I hope the Hound dies.
What?
Motherfuckers throwing rocks. You dumb fuck.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Yeah, that was
the dumbest.
That was a pretty horrible decision.
It's like, oh man, we've been sitting here for a while. I'm bored. Let me throw a rock. Hey, I got him in the jaw. I'm still bored. Let me throw another rock.
Yeah, and that was also a really cool shot too. The way like all the CGI on like all the whites look really good.
Oh yeah,
the way they do it, and how one steps across the ice and then all of them start doing that, and have them all having to prepare, and they all getting their weapons ready.
Oh yeah,
the dude lights his sword on fire, which is really cool.
Oh, he does that with his blood, by the way. It's something I found out.
Oh, he does it with his blood, so he cuts himself and then he lights it on fire.
I want to say it's like a blood sacrifice.
Oh, okay, that's really cool. He does it, so everybody's gearing up.
Yeah.
That was really fucking dumb.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I said, man, if he dies, I wouldn't mind. Like, and then he's afraid of fire, just petrified or whatever. Just
I still want to see him fight the Mountain, who's his brother. Like a lot of people want Clegane Bowl
ah,
to see the two, biggest, strongest people in the entire Game of Thrones go at each other. So I still want to see that.
okay. I'll wait then.
Yeah. Which I think may happen in season. I probably think that's probably gonna happen on season 8, maybe.
Yeah. That's one thing that they should definitely do that. I agree with you.
Yeah. And to move on, okay, we're gonna move on to our next topic here. We're gonna talk about some good old movies.
All right.
Yeah. You like the movies?
Take them and leave them, you know.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about the Joker origin film that DC's doing.
All right.
Have you heard about it?
Only when you told me.
Okay. So basically, DC's doing a Joker origin film.
All right.
Todd Phillips, who directed the Hangover movies. You heard of him, right?
Yeah. Well, I know the Hangovers. I don't know his name by heart.
Okay. So Todd Phillips. So he'll co-write the script with 8 Mile scribe Scott Silver.
What?
Yeah. So the guy who wrote 8 Miles, going with the guy who wrote the Hangover movies to do the Joker movie. I don't know why out of all people they picked these two, but they're gonna write it together. Todd Phillips.
Those are great movies though. So
Hangover 1 is, 2 and 3 is pieces of shit.
2 is 2 is pretty good. 3 is pass.
Okay, they're both really terrible to me. Todd Phillips, he'll direct it, so he's gonna direct it. They say, and he'll produce it along with Martin Scorsese, which a lot of people. That's what's getting a lot of people's attention. Is Martin Scorsese, who has never done a superhero property to my knowledge before, and all of a sudden he's being attached to this Joker origin film as a producer. And this is they said this will be the first film under DC's new film universe they're doing. Like I said before, they're doing a whole different slate of movies not connected to the DCEU. It's gonna be something different.
I heard Batman was his new movie is gonna be the same.
No, Matt Reeves, he came out and cleared that up. He said, no, it is going to be part of the DCEU, and it is going to be that. That's what Matt Reeves said. But there's so much shit going on with the whole DCEU. It's pretty much a dumpster fire.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch any of them, man.
Because, they say the Flash movie, let's say, I guess in the Flash movie, because I know the first Flash movie is supposed to be Flashpoint, which everybody knows Flashpoint in the comics is something that kind of resets the whole,
You're going to reset something that was never there? Are you gonna reset the TV series or what? What do you?
I guess the movies. I don't know, because Flashpoint is all about him going back in time to save his mother and how that changes the future. So Bruce Wayne is dead and Thomas Wayne becomes Batman, and then his mother becomes Joker, and then Wonder Woman is at war with Aquaman. But it's you're introducing parallel versions of these characters before we even really get to know these characters all the way, really.
Well, they might be doing an X-Men when they realize they fucked up and just reset everything and then reboot everything.
Maybe.
Days of Future Past.
But, yeah, maybe. But you want to keep Wonder Woman, because everybody likes Wonder Woman. So you want to keep that.
They might rewrite her, too.
As long as you just keep that. That's good. I think everything else can go, depending on how people respond to Aquaman and Flash and Cyborg and in the Justice League. Because let's say, because they haven't even introduced multiple Earths at all. Because in comics, there's always different Earths, different universes, that type of stuff. They can introduce that in the Flash, where let's say he runs to Earth 52. You know what I mean? That's the big Earth, Earth 52. Let's say he runs there, and then there's a different Batman who's 20 years younger. Because a lot of people say Warner Brothers saying they don't really want Ben Affleck as Batman anymore because he's a little older. He's older, and it's there's not much they can do with him.
Man, he's young enough.
And they maybe want a younger Batman, so maybe he's going to run to that Earth, and there's a younger Batman, and maybe a different Superman, and all this other stuff. I'm but you haven't really even introduced these characters yet, and them rushing into things so much. I mean, what do you think about it?
I don't know, man. Like I said, I think that I'm not gonna watch these. They've messed up so many times before, and people say, "Oh, Wonder Woman is great," but I fell asleep on this movie, man.
Wonder Woman?
I fell asleep on it.
Wow.
It probably was a great movie. I never got a chance to figure that out.
It's really good. It's a really good movie.
I fell asleep on it, man. I was tired though, so I can't argue too much. But uh, you got one good movie
Right.
out of DC, and it's like, okay, Justice League. That is the one where I'm like, if this isn't good, I'm done. I'm done for good. Like, I don't care if they say like, oh, this movie gets an 11 out of 10 for like, I don't know, like whatever comes after Justice League. It's like, no, I'm done. I don't care anymore. Marvel has been consistent. They keep it funny. They keep it interesting. They keep it action packed. They keep it with a story. They're doing it right. What the fuck is DC doing? Like, I'm sorry. I am angry at DC. Like, I want to be a fan, but they ruined it for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm more of a DC guy, me personally, than a Marvel guy because I just grew up more with their cartoons. So like Justice League the animated series and Batman Beyond and Static Shock and all these ones. So I really want to see them.
Static Shock.
Yeah, Static Shock. They're actually doing a Black Lightning TV series too.
I don't.
Okay.
I like the idea of it, but I don't care about the hero, so I really don't care either way.
Okay. Well, yeah, Static Shock. Yeah, Batman Beyond, Justice League, Static Shock, Superman the animated series. They actually brought back Justice League, like a newer version of the cartoon.
I'm gonna look that up right now.
It's actually I actually watched one episode. It's more in the style of like it's a little bit more kiddie, like Batman Brave and the Bold or Teen Titans Go. It's a little bit more in that type of vein, which I don't really like all that much. Also, so yeah, I'm more of a DC guy, me personally. It's just that they don't really know what to do, and they want to kind of do this other slate of films, and it's just like if I guess that could kind of work if you introduce, like I said, other Earths, and if you introduce like okay, there's multiple Earths and multiple things going on, but I mean I'm kind of somewhat optimistic about it. I'm like, well, maybe it could work, maybe it couldn't. Martin Scorsese, I mean, him as being a producer, I'm like, well, what could that really mean? I mean, Christopher Nolan was a producer on Man of Steel, and I was like, well, that didn't really do a whole lot for that movie. I mean, you really saw how that went. So yeah, I mean, I think I mean, let's see if they even can get it off the ground because they're still trying to get like Shazam. I don't think they even have like a star of that film yet. Like I know The Rock is casted as Black Adam, but I don't think they even have a Shazam yet. So it's just a lot of shit going on in DC. Like for instance, they're doing a Joker and Harley movie, which is supposed to replace Gotham City Sirens, which they were going to do that. Like that was going to be the movie with Harley Quinn and Catwoman and Poison Ivy.
Okay, I would like that.
Yeah, but I think they're scrapping that to do just the Joker and Harley movie. And the directors from Crazy Stupid Love, they're gonna the director of that film is gonna do that. And again, I'm like, why him at all? Why him at all? People would you get to do that for? I don't know. I mean, I guess because Crazy in Love is in the fucking title of his movie. And it's like, well, they're Joker and Harley are crazy and they're in love, so let's get that person to do it. So they're getting both of them to do that. I mean, Jared Leto as the Joker, I mean, maybe given the right direction and right, script, maybe he can be a good Joker. I did like Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. I liked her in Suicide Squad. I thought she was actually pretty good. If she can keep her accent for one, just throughout the whole movie, that'd be good, because she kind of switched up accents throughout the whole movie. The one time she would have like a thick New York accent, and then there'd be other times where she would just kind of speak regularly. So it's like, okay, if she can just stick to one, that'd be nice. But overall, I think she got the spirit of Harley Quinn pretty nicely.
If only audio could show my face right now.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I think that maybe it could work. I mean, like if you do more of because if you do what Suicide Squad kind of was, because they tried to do the whole Joker and Harley Quinn origin in the film with themselves, and it's got crowded.
Okay.
Maybe if you could do more of that in the film, in their own film, because that could have been its whole separate film. Their whole relationship, their whole love story. If they do that in a whole separate movie, like maybe flashbacks of it, half of it be flashbacks, half of it be them telling like a story of them together, maybe that could work. So that's pretty much it for movie news. That was like some big movie stories there. And TV, Game of Thrones, Defenders, all that's pretty much done with.
I was hoping I was gonna be more optimistic afterwards, but it's like, man, the people that they have on board, it's like the track record of everything. Man, no, you can't get me. I thought they could. I hope so.
Yeah. So with that, and then I'm trying to be
Optimistic.
Yeah,
I don't blame you, but I do blame you. I'm sorry, but they fucked up repeatedly, man. Repeatedly. Like, the TV shows are pretty good, I guess.
Yeah, I like the CW TV shows. I like Supergirl. I like Legends of Tomorrow. I like Arrow. I like a lot.
They have the opposite effect when it comes to, like, Marvel is great with the movies, but the TV shows are like, oh, they're all right. Other than Daredevil and Jessica Jones, of course.
I think Flash is probably my second favorite superhero show on television. Other than, like, number one, probably either Daredevil and then probably the Flash I like. But both work on two different aesthetics, I think. One's darks and then one's trying to be fun and light. So one works on two different aesthetics. So we're going to get into some music reviews real quick.
All right.
So we're going to talk about Ugly God. Do you know Ugly God?
I know he puts that lizard on his nose a lot.
Yeah, he does that a lot.
The most random thing I've ever seen, ever.
He was also on the cover of Double XL Freshman 2017 list. I also covered one of the people on that list, Amine. Because last week, because I did the Caroline, Good For You album review. I did that one, his album. I'm doing Ugly God, the Booty Tape.
Booty Tape by Ugly God.
Which is a mixtape. Which is, nowadays, it's hard to distinguish, like, what's a mixtape and what's really an album nowadays.
No, that's not mixtape, man. It's booty.
The booty tape.
Yeah, it's just booty, man. Just
straight. It's like the line is so blurred, like, nowadays, of like what that really means. Like, what I mean, like,
well, because like people are profiting now. That's all it is.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, like Ferg says, his project Still Sharp, and that's a mixtape. And somebody asked him, so is it like mixtape is an album? It's like, well, there's no real difference. I call it a mixtape though. So there you go. It's like this goes by the artist's discretion, I guess, of what he or she prefers, I guess.
It used to be if they release it in physical form that it's an album, but now everybody's going digital, so I got nothing.
Yeah. So with this one, Ugly God, he is trash, but he's good. If that makes any sense. Like
Explain.
Because I think he's got a good flow. I think he's got funny bars, because on this tape, like, he's not afraid to really be the meme that he is and make fun of himself. Like, he's got a song there called Fuck Ugly God, which is a whole diss track against himself.
Okay. I like that.
He's got a song called Lil Dick Click, which is actually a funny.
Did he feature Lil Dicky in it?
No, he didn't.
That'd have been great.
There's only one feature on this. It's with No Lies of Wiz Khalifa, which is, I don't like that song. It's kind of one of the worst songs on the tape. But he's got, I think, a good personality and a lot of fun. And he's not afraid to, like I said, make fun of himself and not afraid to just be that joke. I mean, his name is Ugly God, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? Like, so he's not afraid to do that. He broke out 2016 because he had like the hit song Water. Have you ever heard of that, Water?
No.
Okay.
I can't remember how I know him.
Okay, well, yeah, he had that big song, which is on this record as well.
Okay.
It's like when Amine put Caroline on his album, which Caroline came out in 2016 also. That was like and I understand why you do that, because that was the song that really helped you blow up. So, of course, he would put it on your record to, like, in case people looking for it, they go to the Booty Tape and all that type of stuff, and it helps, streams and all type of stuff.
Otherwise, they're looking like, is this the guy that made that other song? Like,
yeah, so I understand why they do that. It's at the very end of the album, so he's, it's not really
supposed to be like a reward. I don't know. It's weird.
It's like Drake putting Hotline Bling on Views. It's like, that song had been out for so long already. Yeah. Before Views came along, it's like, okay, whatever. It's kind of just a thrown record. Like, okay, well, it's my hot song. Let me just throw it on here. And so that's at the end of the record. It's a funny record. Some of the songs do sound very similar, which is an issue. Kind of samey, which is kind of what, I mean, I guess you could say that's indicative of his style a little bit, of what he does. Some people may be annoyed by that. Some people may be annoyed by him, period. Because I wouldn't really highly recommend this guy. Like, it depends. I'd have to know you, depending on what type of person you are. Like you, I don't know if I'd really recommend this to you. I don't know. I don't really know.
I'll say this much: I like his flow. I listened to a few of his songs off of the mixtape. I like his flow, but that's about all.
Yeah, I mean, the content of the songs is not earth shattering. He's not talking about anything deep or anything. Like I said, he's there to have fun and have a good time. My favorite tracks on here I can tell you is Like a Maverick. I like that one a lot. I like the opener, Welcome to the Booty Tape. I like Water. I like Lil Dick Click. I like Fuck Ugly God. Whether he can continue this and really continue to ride off the success, I don't know. I think that's depending, because I thought his performance in the Cypher and the freestyle were okay. I thought they were decent. Me hearing a first whole project from him, I'd say it depends on what type of person you are. Again, like I like it, and I'm not normally a person that likes a lot of bullshit. So, but I think this has enough charming elements in it to be somewhat likable. If I had to give it out of a 10, I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
So I think solid's okay. It's like a D, something like that. Yeah.
D plus if it's a 6, then. So
Yeah, D plus. I mean, if you already don't like those type of people, like those type of rappers, like the Uzis or the Kodak Blacks,
not at all.
okay, or XXXTentacion, you may probably not like him as well, but he's kind of in a different lane. Cause like I said, he's not trying to be really super hard, really super.
He's having fun with it.
Yeah,
which I do like.
He's not trying to sing. He's just really mainly rapping, which I also like. Yeah, I mean, some of the worst songs on this are "Bitch." Like he just says "bitch," like.
The song is called "Bitch" and he just says "bitch" over and over.
Well, not all the song, but he just said it like it's a lot in the song. Like I said, No Lies. Like him and Wiz Khalifa don't go together at all. Like they don't really go together at all.
Is he a stoner? Does he smoke?
Ugly God?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, he's not that I've seen. I don't think he's like a big smoker. Not that I've seen.
See, he does seem like the type of person that would smoke. Just like I said with the Lizard, man, it just throws me off.
Yeah, I haven't seen it from him at all. I think there's a good fair amount of songs on this that people would enjoy, that people would like. I think.
Okay. I'll check it out more in detail.
Yeah.
Like you just named a few songs. I'm like, I've seen the names of them. Like I probably should check them. Like I probably should listen to it thoroughly.
Yeah, and like I said, pros. I think there's some good songs on this record. Cons, like I said, samey. There's some good decent bangers on here. I think you could really rock it. Like Fuck Ugly God is pretty good. I think Fuck Ugly God is actually really good. So yeah, I mean, like I said, 6 out of 10, solid, decent, nothing special. I don't think you're missing anything by not highly checking it out. And we're gonna go from that to A$AP Ferg's record, which is another mixtape, Still Striving.
Okay.
And it was Still Striving. I mean, it's just I can sum up this album in one word: bangers.
Okay.
A lot of bangers on this.
Right.
A lot of bangers, but too many fucking features. A lot of features on here.
On a mixtape?
Yeah, there's a lot of features. A lot of features from Playboi Carti. You got Lil Yachty. You got Busta Rhymes, who actually really works. His feature really works on East Coast Remix, which is one of my favorite songs on this album, on this mixtape. Really works. Like he goes off on here, I think. Like really old Buster. Cameron, I think, comes through. He's on a song called Rubber Band Man, which I think he does a really good job on that. And anybody doesn't know, A$AP Ferg is part of the A$AP Mob, which A$AP Mob just released their album, Cozy Tapes Volume 2, actually just today. They released it Friday, and I'm going to probably review that next Friday. Do you like A$AP Mob? Have you listened to any like A$AP Rocky, A$AP Ferg, like his previous tapes or anything like that?
I guess the best way to say it is I'm indifferent because I like A$AP Rocky. A$AP Ferg, I don't even know enough to say if I do like him. Like I like A$AP Mob. Let's just say that then.
Okay, you like A$AP Mob. Okay. Yeah. They released Cozy Tapes Volume 2 today. And he's a member of that, of course. And his previous part, Trap Lord, which had his, Shaba was a big single for him.
Shaba.
And Hood Pope and Work remix, which actually was also really big, really popular, with a ton of other rappers on there. Um, I mean, I thought that tape was okay. I mean, it didn't make me go like, wow, I'm gonna really, really continue and track his career and everything goes. I was like, it's decent. I think there's a few songs on here I really like. This one, I believe it's better than Trap Lord to me. Maybe slightly. I got to go back and listen to the other project. But I thought he was really doing some really different creative things on Trap Lord that not a lot of other people were really doing. And with this, I think he's really trying, with all the features especially, like to get a Playboy Cardi feature, who Playboy Cardi can't, I don't think he can rap. I don't think he's not, very creative with his verses. He's not that entertaining to listen to. In fact, when Playboy Cardi's featured on a song, I don't go, oh, Playboy Cardi's featured on a song, because it's like he's not really all that engaging to me. Same thing, kind of similar to like Lil Yachty, who actually Lil Yachty, you know what? When Lil Yachty's featured on something, I do usually kind of like it, like Broccoli I like, or From the D to the A I like when he's on that, or Black Youngsters Hip Hopper I like. When he's usually featured on something, I think he's actually pretty good.
Better than when he's solo.
Yeah, like I actually like his features much more than his actually solo stuff. And on this, I just think he doesn't really work at all on this. Like I said, the features I think work. Busta Rhymes I think works. I think Cameron works when he's on Rubber Band Man. It's Cameron who's a fellow New York rapper, because
Dipset, right?
Yeah, Dipset, who he comes through. I think he's really good in it. I think Made in Tokyo is on this record. Again, it's like Made in Tokyo. He's not a lyricist at all. He's not known for really some good lyrics. I thought he did awful in the Cypher and the freestyle when he was in the freshman, on the freshman 2017 thing, Double XL. I thought he did awful. So it just seemed like you're trying to bring all these popular people in to really help your record thrive. And I don't think you really needed all those movies, all those features. I think one of the best songs on here as well is with Plain Jane, where it's just him. And I think that's just a really good song. It's just him. It's not all, with everybody. It's not so overly crowded. And I think that's one of the things that really drags this record down is it's so overly crowded with so many people on it. And I think Ferg just by himself, I think he's good enough to maintain it. I would give this record maybe like a 6 out of 10, like 6.5 out of 10.
That's slightly better. Okay.
Yeah, 6.5 out of 10.
Wait, but you said bangers. Well, I guess the other one did have some.
It's like I said, East Coast Remix is really good. Plain Jane is good. The Mattress is really good. Like he's talking about his mattress, where it's like you can do all the things on this mattress. You can fuck on the mattress. You can hide drugs on the mattress.
I was wondering if that was what. Okay.
Money on the mattress. He's talking about all these things you can do with the mattress, and so that's really good. I think Rubber Band Man is really good. Famous Dex is on here as well. On Coach Carter. That's a good song. I like him. I actually like that feature too a little bit, which is really good. But like I said, I think it's just too overly crowded, too much, I think, of a mess.
Okay.
So 6.5 out of 10 is about where I'd give it.
Okay, can't argue on that, then.
Yeah. So I think that wraps up all my stuff that I have to talk about, and we're gonna move into your topics. What are you going into there?
Well, the teens and tweens of this modern age are switching over from Facebook to Snapchat and Instagram. Like, as a person, I'm not even on Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram, but I was curious to see what you think about it. Like, do you think that's the new wave to go? Like, people are just gonna send the pictures, little caption or whatever.
It seemed like people have been doing that for the past few years now.
So you think that's going to be like solid? Like Facebook is going to die off the same way what MySpace did?
No, I still think a lot of other people use Facebook. A lot of older people still use that.
Oh well, like when I say die off, I mean literally die off. Like they're going to get older. They're going to.
Oh, I mean, I still think Facebook's a good communicative, still a good tool to communicate with people. And plus, you can promote your business on there. A lot of businesses are linked through Facebook.
Well, we have LinkedIn for that now.
Well, but how many users are on LinkedIn compared to Facebook?
Well, in comparison, I don't know, but yeah, I would imagine it's minuscule compared to Facebook. But at the same time, LinkedIn is pretty large. Like everyone that I know in the professional world, they're on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, but I mean, it's I still think a good tool to really, because like Snapchat, you're only gonna really go on people's Snapchat who you really know really that much. Like that's who you're really checking up on, your friends and all that type of stuff. Facebook is a little bit more, you can explore more things. I think news and other topics. Snapchat, you can kind of do that too, but it's not the main feature on there a lot. Like it's not so access. Like I don't know a lot of people who really use that a lot. Um, and then with Instagram, yeah, you're mostly just sharing pictures.
Yeah.
Like Charlamagne the guy, he always says like, yeah, okay, there's a beautiful woman on the gram, but yeah, she takes nice pictures, but I don't want to probably hear her talk. Which go to Twitter, like
Well,
I probably don't want to hear her thoughts on anything.
well, then that goes with a whole nother thing where it's like, if we do talk or if we don't, it's like we're speaking with emojis these days. It seems like, so you can just throw that in with the picture.
I mean, younger people, yeah, I guess.
Well, we're talking about teens and
I mean, but
teens and tweens.
they're gonna grow out of it, I think, using emojis and stuff like that, don't you think? And then it's gonna become like, it's kind of gonna be.
Wait. Will we? I mean, will they? I mean, because think about us. Did we grow out of certain things we did when we were teens and tweens with like a razor phone or something like that? We still kind of keep that up.
Who are you seeing use a razor phone?
Well, I had razors back then.
Right, but you do use one now?
No, I'm talking about like teens and tweens. Like when I was in high school, I had a razor. Like I had every fucking razor that came out.
Right, but you didn't keep up with it. You're saying like teens and tweens keeping up with the trends that they have now, and
I'm sorry. I guess I didn't elaborate. With the text, the way I text back then, like those were like the foundation of what the way we text now. Like it's like, okay, if you put a period at the end of a sentence in a text, you know that somebody's serious. You put extra exclamation points. It's like, oh, that's even more funny or even more attention towards it, or whatever. Like
you put all caps or something like that. Like,
yeah, all caps and all that stuff. Like certain things was set in foundation back then to pave the way for this. Like we didn't have emojis back then as much, or probably not at all compared to the way they are now. But what the fuck, the eggplant, like that's one thing that's gonna remain solid. It's like, yeah, when you see an eggplant, it's a fucking dick pic.
Right. I mean, I think there's certain things like I don't think like you're not gonna use, because teenagers use a lot of emojis, and when you're 20 something, it's kind of gonna look weird for you to use a lot of emojis.
Nah. What was it? either 2015 or 2016. It was the end of the year. Not Webster, Oxford Dictionary
put emojis in.
Yeah. The emoji was like the word of the year or something like that. And I was like, an emoji is the word of the year. That's fucking amazing.
I mean, they put a lot of weird shit in there sometimes too, don't they?
I mean, it's a well-known dictionary, man. Oxford, like, I guess if Webster did it would be better or something like that, Merriam-Webster or whatever. But either way, man, it's like we're changing the way we communicate. I guess we got to see if it's going to remain solid, though, because things may change. Who knows? Just because one thing stuck doesn't mean everything's going to stick. But Snapchat and Instagram, like Instagram is actually owned by Facebook, so Facebook is going to still be winning somewhat.
Do you know how many people on Instagram and Snapchat?
I'm pretty sure I could look it up real quick. I haven't read the full article, which the article I got this from was from emarketer.com. And like I said, they have the statistics there. I guess I have to browse through it. But regardless, I just want to look at it as it is. Like, more people are going towards these. Why is that? Is it going to stick? And as a person on there, you say, Josh?
As a person on...
like, you're on all three of them, right? Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on all three.
So you say you use which one the most?
I guess I use... Well, I mean, I'm not on each one a lot. Like, if I'd say which one I'm on a lot, I guess it'd be Facebook. Because I like just talking shit on Facebook. So okay, I like posting shit there, like memes and shit like that on there.
Okay, you can do me. Well, okay.
I mean, sometimes I post memes on Instagram. I mean, but then I don't only be known as like a meme page, so I try to mix it up a little bit, like post a picture of myself on there too. And then Snapchat, I just mostly use just to talk to women on there. I don't really do it. Cause Snapchat, you really gotta like go out and record yourself. I ain't into all that, like recording myself and all that other type of stuff. So I don't do all that.
Because now that I think about it, Facebook is like an amalgamation. Well, it was the first one, and then everything else kind of branched off from that. But it's an amalgamation of Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. It's like you get to voice your opinion with the quotes from Twitter or whatever.
Yeah.
You get to bring the picture with Instagram. You get to bring the video with Snapchat. And it's like, okay, well, if people do want to just go to separate places and do all that, just like, okay, I don't want to talk, so I'm gonna go do the picture thing. Or I don't want to do just pictures. I want to do video. I'm gonna go to the video thing. It's like, yeah, that could really work, but Facebook has it all, so they might stay in the long run. But it just seems like it's more old people there, I guess, and the younger kids are like, I don't want to go with some old people.
I still see. I mean, younger people on Facebook. It's just not the ultimate way to communicate.
Do you see old people on Snapchat and Instagram?
I mean, I mostly. I mean, it all depends on like who you follow. Like, I follow.
Well, do you think they would be on there?
No.
Exactly. Like it's a newer technology.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, Instagram, you see a little bit wider age range there too. Like more than Snapchat, I think.
Okay, it is linked with Facebook, like I said. So
yeah,
they kind of promote you to go to Instagram as well.
Yeah, and a lot of people like taking nice photos and stuff like that, and
family events. Okay, I can see how that works.
Yeah, so that works a little bit better, I think.
Okay, and to move on to the next topic at hand, GameStop. It's hanging in there by a thread. Mm-hmm. They have the Nintendo Switch being sold at GameStop, and that is has brought them the most revenue in so long.
Like, even more so than like the PlayStation 4 and like the Xbox One and Xbox 360 and all that other stuff.
Well, I doubt that much, but it's just the fact that they haven't been selling. Like, we get our games. Like, when's the last time you've been to GameStop?
I went there like a couple of days ago.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to sell some stuff, so I went there like a couple of days ago.
Oh, okay, you went to go sell. Yeah, if you want to sell some stuff, GameStop is always there.
Yeah, and they rip you off too. So, like,
yeah, I'm a PC elitist at this point, man. I'm PC master race at this point, so I got nothing to sell.
Right.
But yeah, when it comes to like physical copies, like people buy Amazon, it's like it ships to your door the same day, or you get the digital version.
Yeah.
It's like GameStop isn't as frequent as like I don't know. They might be more frequent than like a Walmart, a Target. Like, I think you told me you went to Target to get your Nintendo Switch, right? Like,
right. Yeah, because Target actually does like a pretty good job of restocking. The one that's close by me does a pretty good job of restocking. Like, every time I go in there, I see about 3 or 4. They have them like stocked up there, and I just saw one. I was like, oh, well, it's right here. Let me just grab it, pay for it. Boom.
See,
that easy.
And then they got competition. It's like, okay, well, you guys kind of used to be the only place to get I don't want to say the only place, but you used to be the main hub to get video games, get used games, and get the consoles. Now it's like Best Buy is selling used games. You got Game Trade. I don't know if that's everywhere. You know Game Trade, right?
No, I don't know Game Trade.
Oh, you haven't seen it? It's I would imagine it's probably just like in our area, Midwest or whatever.
Oh, okay.
But Game Trade, what I mainly use them for is if I have a scratch disc, I go in there and pay a few bucks and I get my disc fixed or whatever.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, they do that just like Game Crazy used to do.
Oh, nice. GameFly, you also got that too.
Oh, GameFly, like the Netflix of video games.
Yeah, so a lot of people just opt to do that, rent games real quick, because you can beat most games probably in like a couple hours or two. And
8 hours on average.
Yeah, and you just return it and go like, okay, I'm done, and there you go.
Yeah, and it's like GameStop may go the way of Blockbuster, man.
You think so?
Yeah, it's like, look at all the competition that we just said.
Yeah,
it's like,
I mean, that's very true.
GameStop has just one trade. It's like, oh, we got video games and a few used electronics like iPods and all that, but mainly just video games.
Yeah, that's very true. Like, Target makes their money through so many other things. So does Best Buy. Yeah. So, I mean, GameStop, could be just phased out, because a lot of people like to go to Target because they can get a receipt too, and you have 30 days to return something, so they can beat a game in 30 days. And you just
you can't return a new game though.
You can't return I think you can't return for full price.
I don't think so. Not a used game. Like not if you use the new game.
So you can't. So you're saying you can't?
If it's wrapped up, you can return it. But if it's unwrapped, I don't think you can return it. I've tried to in the past. I know that much.
What happened when you tried it with the receipt and everything?
They looked at my ass.
So they didn't even take it back with the receipt and everything like that?
Nope.
Oh,
I said,
shit.
you opened it. You played the game. What did you think was going to happen?
I mean, you could just wrap it back up. Like, just wrap the shit back up.
And you got a point, actually. Hey, you could get away with it, actually.
Just wrapping it back up?
Yeah. That's possible. I'm not endorsing that nonetheless. No, I would never endorse that.
Shit, wrap that shit up. Get some good foil on that shit. Wrap that shit back up.
So what you said, foil?
Oh, not foil, but some plastic. Wrap that shit back. Saran wrap.
No, wrap it up like aluminum foil, man. It's like, yeah, I got this from the cookout.
Your to-go plate. Don't bring that shit to Target.
It's called I got the game Overcooked.
I don't really go to GameStop all that much anymore. Every now and then.
Man, I haven't been in 2 years at least. And the one thing I do want to say is they went up. Their sales went up 15% because of Nintendo Switch, and the fact that it's so rare to find. And hopefully, they're gonna actually bring about the SNES, the classic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if they bring that there, if as soon as people find that out,
I heard pre-orders is already sold out. Like pre-orders.
Well, I think they're trying to just bring it into the store specifically and not even have the pre-orders.
Do you know how many like consoles are they gonna ship to stores? Because it's probably like gonna be like a limited number. Because like Nintendo and their fuckery, they're probably gonna bring like a limited number.
Well, according to my source, GamingIlluminati.com, they're just saying like, yeah, people will be lined up around the corner for about 20 consoles.
Yeah,
so
because that's how many.
Yeah,
that's how many they're probably gonna sell. Because pre-orders is already done. That's sold out. I did see a NES like at some place I didn't expect it to be. Like it was at like a clothing store, and like it was there, and they sell like some kind of novelty things every now and then.
They probably didn't even know what they had, did they?
No, I asked them, so is that for sale? And they were like, yeah, everything's for sale. I was like, oh, I actually thought about getting it, but then I was like, fuck it, I guess not. Like, cause I grew up more with the Super Nintendo rather than the NES. I mean, I guess I would. You know what? I should buy it and resell it. If I probably could.
Man, the scalpers, like they're raking in right now.
Yeah, I probably could get it. Maybe I should go back and see if it's still there.
It's gone. I bet it's gone.
No, because it's a clothing store. Like who's looking at that and going, oh yeah, I'll take that too. Because most people are interested in buying fucking clothes there. I guarantee you, it's probably still there.
You might have a point, man.
Yeah, if it's still there, I'll buy it because it's only $60, and I'll buy it and I can resell it on eBay for $300.
Yeah, what store is that again?
Trying to beat me to the fucking store.
No,
yeah.
no, man. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah, I mean, I might. Yeah, because how much do you think I can resell it for?
I don't know, man. All I know is this story has come to a close, and I'm gonna go buy some clothes.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess that wraps up. I mean, like all our topics for today.
Oh yeah.
Any final word for the people at all? Close out.
Close out at that clothing store, man. Let me find out what that clothing store is, Josh.
Shit, you ain't getting that thing, man.
Well, that's my closing statement.
Yeah. So to everybody out there listening to this, I hope you enjoy listening to the show. Of course, it was I think a good amount of a show.
Oh yeah.
Not too long.
Almost 2 hours, man.
Well, I mean, not too bad. I mean, we've gone a little bit longer before.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can do that at twitter.com/theafternoontune. If you want to follow us on Facebook, you can do that at facebook.com/theafternoontune. If you want to listen to us on SoundCloud, you can do that at soundcloud.com/theafternoontune. If you want to follow us on, subscribe to us and listen to us on YouTube, you can do that at youtube.com/theafternoontune. And don't forget to always stay tuned. Hello, thanks for checking out our content. If you liked it, let us know. And if you didn't, let us know that as well. If you want to see more content, we post every Saturday on SoundCloud and YouTube at The Afternoon Tune. You can also find us through various social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, all one word at The Afternoon Tune. And if you don't deal with any of that social media stuff, you can also find us through our email at theafternoontune@gmail.com. And don't forget to always stay tuned.